Good evening, Raider baseball fans. Rouse looking to bounce back off a disappointing district opening loss to the Leander Lions 7-6 here tonight versus the Liberty Hill Panthers as we're at their place tonight. Good evening, everyone. I'm Michael Francis alongside Steve Kithill as we're set to get underway here in Liberty Hill. Rouse comes into tonight 12-3 on the night, 0-1 in district with that loss to Leander. Liberty Hill comes in 15-3-1, 1-0 in district as they defeated the Eastview Patriots 11-1.
Go.
Good evening, Raider fans. We had some technical difficulties as we lost the video stream, but we've now got it back. Jake Alepa standing in as he's facing Blaze Milam, number 14 of the Liberty Hill Panthers. Alepa with a 1-2 count. The 1-2 pitch from Milam, a swing and a miss to retire Alepa for the first out. Liberty Hill comes into tonight 15-3-1 on the season, 1-0 in district with a victory over the Eastview Patriots. Number 2, Carter Heinrich, right fielder, will stand in. As you recall last night, Heinrich was catcher. Coach Crimpine making some changes. The 1-0 pitch, this is cut on and hit out to left. This will definitely be a base hit for Heinrich. Raiders have a runner on board defensively for Liberty Hill. Blaze Milam on the mound. Number 1, Carson Riley behind the plate. Number 24, Cash Durkin at first. Number 8, Jackson Knox at second base. Number 10, Cade Noonswander at third base. Number 12, Ryan Leary at short. Number 3, Chase Maxwell in left. Number 5, Logan Dyer in center. And number 7, Jack Stavanoa in right field. Keegan Solomon on deck for the Raiders. 1 on with 1 out here in the top of the first. Rouse looking to put a stop to a three skid loss with a victory tonight over Liberty Hill. Pitch high for ball one. So we apologize for the camera view. The way that we've had to set up here at Liberty Hill, it cuts off first and third as we're much closer to the field than we are at Rouse. Throw over to first, not in time as Heinrich dives back in.
Dealing with the wind, dealing with camera issue, and being out in the elements tonight. It's a triple play.
The 1-0 pitch for Milam misses for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes for Keegan Solomon. Solomon back behind the plate tonight. Milam checks Heinrich at first. And he comes home, a swing and a miss for strike 1.
He seemed early on that pitch. He's still got to wait for it, let it fly a little bit further.
Well, from what we understand about Milam, he's a freshman starting tonight. He has a fastball around 82. Throw over to first, not in time. It was a high throw over. So Heinrich easily back in. Pitch from Milam, that's fouled off for strike 2. Umpire issuing a warning to the Rouse to stay behind the dugout.
He's already cranky. That's just what you want, a cranky umpire, right?
2-2 count to Keegan Solomon. Pitch from Milam outside. And Solomon has worked the count full. So got quite a bit of wind blowing through here tonight, and our microphone's definitely picking it up as we are in the elements. The payoff pitch is cut on, hit over to short. This could be trouble. It will not be time for a double play, so it'll be a fielder's choice. As Heinrich is thrown out, 6-4 on the put out on the fielder's choice. That will bring up the cleanup batter in number 17, Colby Diaz.
Just like last night, the wind is coming directly in from left field. It's going to take a huge shot to hit it out.
Pitch from Milam, a hanging fastball in middle for a strike.
Everything will be knocked down, going out to left, going out to center. Probably will carry a little bit to right.
Yeah, it's blowing pretty much out of the north. Colby Diaz tried to check his swing and actually struck the ball with the end of his bat to go foul, and it's quickly in an 0-2 count. Got a pretty good turnout here tonight. The Raider faithful. The 0-2 delivery, that's a high fastball as it's thrown into center field, and that will see Solomon all the way to third base on the error by the catcher. Two stolen bases with the error. Go ahead run just 90 feet away for Colby Diaz. Diaz with a 1-2 count. Pitch, this is cut on and popped up, back out of play. So we'll do our best to try to shield our microphones to cut some of the wind noise off. The 1-2 pitch, it's in the dirt for ball 2, and that'll even the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Colby Diaz. Keegan Solomon just 90 feet from pay dirt. Oscar Salazar on deck. Milam comes set. He delivers a fastball right down the middle to the second baseman, Jackson Knox. He has it, plays it, and that'll retire the side. Raiders get no runs on 1 hit and 1 left on after the top half. It's scoreless here in Liberty Hill. Those keeping track, that'll go 4-3 on the putout to end the Raider first. On to the bottom we go. Due up for the Panthers in the first. Ryan Leary, Jack Stavanoa, and Jackson Knox. Defensively for the Raiders, on the mound tonight, number 32, Mason Bowers. Behind the plate, number 3, Keegan Solomon at first base. Number 1, Drew Forcell at second base. Number 11, Blake Gonzalez at third base. Number 17, Colby Diaz at short. Number 23, Lucas Sparshoe. In left field, number 8, Oscar Salazar. In center field, number 6, Jake Alepa. And in right field, number 9, Carter Heinrich. Designated hitter for the Raiders tonight is Colin Correjo.
So Mason takes the mound, and he is a commit to Mid-Michigan Community College, along with the shortstop Lucas Sparshoe. We're going to change it up just for a second here. We have a guest speaker, okay? So we're going to give her the mic, and she's going to take it over. Here you go.
Hi everybody, this is Angel Sparshoe, Lucas's mom. I wanted to give a shout out to my mom and dad in Sanford, Michigan, and my Aunt Nancy in Winter Garden, Florida, and my sisters in Freeland and Shields, Michigan, if they happen to be listening. Thanks for watching.
Awesome. Well, thanks for tuning in and listening to Raider Baseball on SHN Sports. We're glad to have you along with us tonight.
Got fans from all over the country here.
Bowers getting his warm-up pitches in. I'll be glad to see the wind die down just a bit. Throw down to second, and we're ready to get things going here in the bottom.
You know, I think the key to this game is for Rouse to pick up the ball that's hit to them and throw it to first. I keep harping on all the routine plays, but we got to just make the routine plays. That's the key to the win. Probably for both teams.
Right. Ryan Leary stands in as he faces Mason Bowers for the first time tonight. Bowers, a left-handed hurler for the Raiders. Pitching from the stretch. First pitch of the day, it's in the dirt for ball one. Bowers has the sign. He deals. Not sure what he called. I
think that was
a
ball.
It was a ball.
Ball inside.
He doesn't give a clear sign. The 0-2 pitch from Bowers sails high for ball three. And it's been a while since Bowers has been able to throw. So maybe just a little bit of rust that needs to be knocked off, some game time rust. The 3-0 pitch, that gets across the center of the plate. Nice little off-speed breaking ball for strike one. 3-1 the count to Leary. Bowers comes set. The delivery, that's in the dirt for ball four. Keegan Solomon lost sight of the ball on the walk as it was to his right. And that will go down as a walk with a stolen base for Ryan Leary. And for the second night in a row, the Raiders have had problems with the leadoff batters. That will bring up the right fielder, number 7, Jack Stavanoa, as he takes for ball one. You can get a lot of loud chatter from the Liberty Hill dugout. The 1-0 pitch, as goes foul on the bunt. And that'll be strike one.
That's a tough call to make. Either way, it would have been right, in my opinion. Don't know where the ball is when it's up in the air like that, but that's what it's supposed to be called. Is it in fair terror or foul territory when the ball is touched?
Curveball drops in for strike 2, and Stavanoa down in the count 1-2. Pretty much takes the bunt away.
Probably, yep. I would say so.
Bowers checks Leary back at second. He delivers home. I'm not sure where that missed, but we are sitting off to the side.
Close, very close.
2 balls and 2 strikes to Stavanoa. Bowers comes set. He checks Leary back at second. Comes home with it. Curveball sails high, and Stavanoa has worked it full.
Seems to me that Bowers is having a little bit of trouble with the mound. His landing foot. He stumbled off the mound a couple of times delivering a pitch.
Yeah, he did on that previous pitch for sure.
Yeah.
Payoff pitch.
Ooh.
Misses for ball 4. And Bowers issues back walks. 2 on with no out here in the top of the first for the Panthers. As the number 3 hitter, number 8, Jackson Knox, comes to the plate.
Jackson's a very dangerous hitter.
Bowers delivered curveball that's hit foul for strike 1, and Liberty Hill definitely not afraid to go small ball.
Jackson recently committed to Tyler Junior College up in Tyler, Texas.
The pitch from Bowers, curveball, just misses outside for ball 1. One and one the count to Jackson Knox. Bowers has a sign. He checks Leary back at second, comes home. This is bunted foul for strike 2.
I know for a fact that Mason and Jackson play for the same summer league team, so they know each other pretty well. Travel together.
1-2 the count to Knox. Bowers checks Leary back at second. He comes home. It's in the dirt, gets away from Solomon, and that'll advance the runners on the pass ball. Runners now at second and third. Two-two the count to Knox. Pitch from Bowers. This is popped up and playable. Solomon calls it, makes the catch.
Basket
over
catch.
The shoulder on the fly.
Made it look easy.
Number 24, Cash Durkin. The first baseman comes to the plate. He'll be batting from the left side. He has 2 runners on, both of them in scoring position, with only 1 out. Lefty-lefty matchup. Bowers delivers in the dirt for ball 1. The 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball. I'm not sure where that missed. 2 balls to Mr. Durkin. The 0-2 misses low for ball 3. 3-0 the count. The 3-0 pitch down and away for ball 4. And Bowers has issued his 3rd free pass in this first inning. Coach Harris calls time as he takes a moment to go talk to his infield. Coming to the plate will be the 3rd baseman, number 10, Cade Noonschwander. Liberty Hill with the bases loaded. And only 1 out.
Mason needs to find his groove here. Needs to find it pretty quick here, but when he's on, he's on. Real good pitcher.
Noonschwander stands in. A force at any base. The pitch, a fastball down the middle
There we go.
for a first pitch strike. That's the first of the night for Bowers. The 0-1 pitch misses inside for ball 1. Bowers really needs to find his rhythm. The 1-1, curveball high for ball 2. Two and 1 the count. The pitch from Bowers. Down and in for ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes and no place to put him.
Yeah, this is troubling.
The 3-1 delivery. Down and in, and he walks in the first run of the game. With bases loaded, and Coach Crimpine has seen enough.
That's it. We're going to have Daniel Norris coming in.
Number 13, Daniel Norris, will enter the game. He pitched 2 innings for the Raiders last night. Mason Bowers goes a third of an inning. Gives up the go-ahead run by giving up 4 walks. Some days you have it, and some days you don't.
Yeah. That's just baseball. 25 pitches and 7 strikes for Mason.
And two, it did look like he got some unfortunate calls on some really good pitches.
There were some unfortunate calls, but then I think he was never quite comfortable on that mound. I think his landing foot, he was having trouble finding a spot for his foot to land.
Right, and then you get the chatter going over there, and while they're not talking directly to the pitcher, it's intended for the pitcher. And,
sure.
He was already struggling, and so that probably.
It definitely doesn't help the.
Right, it probably
and it's intended not to
may have
help.
aided in his frustration.
Sure.
But he'll be back. He'll get better, and we'll get dialed in and play Rouse Raider baseball.
He'll see another day, no doubt about it. I think he was going to have a short leash anyways, coming back from a slight injury there. So
Raiders bring out another lefty, and Norris will be facing the designated hitter, number 20, Brody Blay. Liberty Hill with a number of left-handed hitters.
Yeah.
Bases loaded with one out here in the bottom of the first. Liberty Hill leads this one 1-0 over your Rouse Raiders.
Umpire is not allowing any chains out there, necklaces of any kind. So everybody's take them off and put them in their pocket.
Blay awaiting the first pitch. Norris from the stretch and deals. Curveball gets to the inside corner for strike one.
Slow curve. Wow. Comes out and throws that pitch. That's got courage.
Oh. Swing and a miss on that same exact pitch.
Yep.
For strike two.
Now. Oh.
0-2 the count to Blay. Blay calls time. Steps back out of the box. Norris comes set. He delivers. That hits him. Had him in an 0-2 count. And goes back with that inside pitch and brings in another run. Liberty Hills leads this one 2-0.
Gotta stop the bleeding somehow.
As Chase Maxwell comes to the plate. Oh. Fastball misses low for ball one. Ouch. Swing and a miss, or foul tip.
That got a piece of our catcher, Keegan.
1-1 strike to Maxwell. As umpire checks, make sure Solomon's good. The 1-1 pitch. That's in the dirt, bounces away from Solomon. And he's safe as he slides under the tag on the pass ball. Liberty Hill taking advantage of every Rouse miscue.
Mm.
2-1 the count to Maxwell. Swung on and fouled back for strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Norris comes set. Delivers high for ball 3, and count goes full. Payoff pitch for Norris. It is cut on and fouled back out of play, and Maxwell stays alive. Runners at second and third with 1 out here in the bottom of the first, with Liberty Hill leading 3-0 over the Raiders. All 3 runs that have come in so far were free passes issued. Fastball in for a strike, and that'll retire Maxwell for out number 2. Eighth batter of the inning, center fielder number 5, Logan Dyer. Another lefty. Pitch into the dirt and gets away from Solomon, but he's able to get to it quick enough to keep Noonschwander anchored to third base. Norris steps off and looks Noonschwander back to third. Pitch to Dyer in the dirt for ball 2. Norris toes in on the rubber. He picks up the sign from Solomon. He looks the runner at third, comes home. Fastball in for a strike. The 2-1. It's in for a strike, and that'll even the count up at 2-2. Raiders hoping to get out of this inning. They've had 3 runs score without a single hit. Pitch in the dirt. Solomon keeps it to his left and will keep Noonschwander at third. So far, every base runner has been a gift of Raider pitching, as you've had 4 walks and a hit batsman. Swing and a miss, and that will do it. Liberty Hill scores 3 runs on no hits, 2 left on, and on to the second we go. Rouse trailing 3-0 to Liberty Hill. Due up for the Raiders in the second, Oscar Salazar, Drew Forcell, and Colin Correjo.
Is it bad that I'm sighing I have a big sigh of relief? We're out of it with 3 runs.
Well, it gives a fresh start to Daniel Norris when he comes back in.
Yeah, it was. We were in trouble from the first batter right there.
Get into a jam, and then you hit the batter and bring in another run. So 2 of those runs were based off of walks and a hit batter with the bases loaded.
Yeah, that's a killer hit, especially when he had him 0-2.
He had misfortunes with the leadoff as on the walk that was issued, Solomon lost sight of the ball and Leary took advantage of it and takes second base.
Nice aggressive play by Leary. Just had to find the ball. Couldn't find it. It's all right.
Left fielder Oscar Salazar stands in for his first at bat of the night as he faces Blaze Milam. As he takes a fastball for strike 1. The 0-1 pitch from Milam. This is chopped and hit foul over into the Liberty Hill dugout for strike 2. Milam from the windup. He deals. Breaking ball. Gets the outside corner, swing and a miss for strike 3. And Salazar goes down on 3 straight pitches. That will bring up the first baseman, number 1, Drew Forcell. Drew had a great night at the plate for the Raiders, drawing the walks and getting a double. He takes for strike 1. The 0-1 pitch from Milam. Fastball right down the middle for strike 2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. And that will bring up the designated hitter, Colin Correjo. Correjo, the only lefty in the Raider lineup tonight. Pitch from Milam is cut on and missed for strike 1. That's only the 7th pitch of the inning. Another fastball for strike 2. And Correjo quickly down, 0-2.
He's a pitch away from an immaculate inning. 9 strikes. Nope, didn't do it. I jinxed him.
Correjo lays off and takes for ball 1. One and 2 the count to Correjo. The pitch from Milam in the dirt. He swings and misses. Throw down to first. We'll do it. 1, 2, 3 go the Raiders. In order, all on strikeouts. It'll go 1, 3 or 2, 3 on the drop third strike. Milam pitches 10 pitches in that inning. You can't really ask for much better efficiency than that unless
pretty
you
impressive, man.
Pitch 3.
Yeah.
That's at 100% efficiency.
Yep. That's why they have a freshman on varsity.
Well, he's definitely pitching it all around the plate, and he's staying around the plate and being very effective. Due up for the Panthers in the second, the 9, 1, and 2 hitters, Carson Riley, Ryan Leary, and Jack Stavanoa. Only 1 hit in the game so far tonight, and that was off the bat of Carter Heinrich back in the first for the Raiders. as the Panthers have scored 3 runs and not a single hit. Norris goes 2/3 of an inning in the first, able to stop the bleeding and get out of the first, but unfortunately had a couple of walked-in runs and a hit batsman that and a pass ball that got some runs in.
Yeah.
Or got a run in.
Got one, yeah.
Carson Riley comes to the plate for his first at bat of the night as he faces Daniel Norris for the first time tonight. Norris pitching exclusively from the stretch, sails one high for ball 1. Wind has died down just a bit. I say that, and then it starts back up.
And then there it goes.
The 1-0 misses for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes for Carson Riley. Norris picks up the sign. He comes home, fastball down the middle for strike 1. 2-1 the count to Riley. The pitch, this is cut on and hit out toward left center. Salazar over, makes the catch.
He got a real good jump on that ball. Real good play there by Oscar.
And that will bring up Ryan Leary. Leary 0 for 0 with a walk. Norris facing the top of the order for the first time tonight. A pitch from Norris, a curveball popped up. Hit out toward right. Carter Heinrich tracks it, makes the catch for out number 2. Two away, and that's what a lefty will do a lot of times. Will get you some pop-ups. Some easy fly outs. That will bring up the right fielder, Jack Stavanoa. Lefty-lefty matchup. Pitch from Norris, swung on and missed for strike 1. The 1-0. Fouled off for strike 2.
You mentioned Norris pitched last night. He pitched 25 pitches, so he should be good to go for a little while, but they will be watching him.
Pitch misses high for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-2 the count to Stavanoa. The pitch swung on and missed for strike 3. And the Raiders retire the side in order and talk about efficient in that inning. As Norris only threw nine pitches in that inning.
There you go. That's kind of inning he needs. I think the UIL rule is that they bring the 25 pitches that he had yesterday over to today, and he can't go over 110 total. But he'll be needing some rest after tonight.
Due up for the Raiders in the third. Lucas Sparshoe, Blake Gonzalez, and Jake Alepa. Liberty Hill moved up into the 5A classification this year, as last year they were in the 4A class. So with the realignment, they moved up into Division II. Except in baseball, there is no Division II.
Nope.
There are no divisions like there is in football. The first pitch to Sparshoe, in for a strike. Milam from the windup. The pitch, this is cut on and hit down the third. Noonschwander has it, throws over to first in time for out number one. That'll go 5-3 on the putout. That'll bring up the number 9 hitter for the Raiders, number 11, Blake Gonzalez. Gonzalez playing second base for the Raiders tonight. Milam winds and delivers a fastball in for strike one. I think when you're seeing first pitch strikes coming off of him, you've got to be ready for that.
Got to be going.
Pitch in the dirt for ball one. That'll even the count up 1-1. Because you're definitely seeing a lot of first pitch strikes off of Milam. 1-1, misses. No, gets the outside corner for strike two. This one is popped up, an infield fly. Shortstop calls it. Ryan Leary catches it, and that will do it for Gonzalez.
Right off the end of the bat.
Two away, and Raiders will bring up the center fielder, Jake Alepa. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Swing and a miss. Fastball down the middle, and Jake may be listening in on our broadcast as we were talking about that first pitch strike. It was a fastball right down the middle. The 0-1, check swing. He checked his swing and was able to hold up. The 1-1 pitch. This is cut on and popped up to the second baseman. He walks over a few steps, and Knox makes the catch. And the Raiders go 1-2-3. No runs on no hits, and nobody left on. After 2.5, it's Liberty Hill 3, Raiders nothing. And that was an even more efficient inning for...
Was it really?
Blaze Milam. Daniel Norris back on to pitch the third for the Raiders. He will face the 3, 4, and 5 hitters, Jackson Knox, Cash Durkin, and Cage Noonschwander. Now if we can get the same production that he gave back in the second inning,
that would,
Raiders still breathing life.
That would be very key. That's the only way we're going to really come back is we're going to have to absolutely shut them down right now. No more runs.
I want to thank everybody for tuning in and listening to Rouse Raider Baseball, or watching Rouse Raider Baseball on SHN Sports. I'm Michael Francis alongside Steve Kidhill. Steve able to relax a little more tonight since Andrew pitched last night.
Pitched last night. He had 107 pitches, and he is one sore kid today.
I'll bet he is. Go in for stem, and ice today.
Exactly. He was there at 1 o'clock.
Knox stands in. Knox 0 for 1 as he takes for ball 1. He popped up to the catcher back in the first. Norris from the stretch. Nice little changeup on the outside corner for strike 1. You can definitely see the drop in speed from his fastball to his changeup.
Oh, absolutely. It's beautiful.
1-1,
Oh, yeah.
Breaking ball. Comes in right over the middle of the plate for strike 2. 1-2 to count to Jackson Knox. Fastball, this one popped up and playable. Carter Heinrich tracks it, makes the catch, and that will retire Knox for the second time tonight. F9 on the flyout, and that will bring up Cash Durkin. Cash Durkin 0 for 0. He reached on a walk back in the first, and eventually came around to score on the pass ball. Breaking ball in the dirt and goes to the backstop. The 1-0 pitch, fastball down the middle for strike 1. That'll even the count up at 1. The 1-1 delivery, a curveball, cut on and fouled back out of play for strike 2. Don't know what it is, but it seems like every time I come to call a game at Liberty Hill, it's always cold.
It's cold.
Over the years.
Yep.
Strikeout swinging for out number 2. That is Norris's 4th strikeout of the night. He will face the third baseman, Cade Neuenschwander. Neuenschwander, one of the free passes issued back in the first. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Norris working very efficiently these last 2 innings. Pitch misses down and in for ball 1. That evens the count 1-1. Breaking ball gets the outside corner for strike 2. And Neuenschwander down in the count 1-2. Norris comes set. He delivers. The breaking ball bounces in front of the plate for ball 2.
Norris trying to get him to fish just a little bit there.
We're seeing some of that from Norris, and you saw a lot of it from Mason Bowers, having pitches that bounced right in front of the plate and actually would carry him away from Solomon. Pitch from Norris. Swung on and missed for strikeout number 2 of the inning. Norris retires the side in order. No runs, no hits, nobody left on. After 3 complete, it's 3-0 Liberty Hill. To the 4th we go. Due up for the Raiders in the 4th, Heinrich, Solomon, and Diaz.
Rouse is going to have to figure out this freshman. Otherwise, he's going to go the whole game because he's only at 37 pitches right now. 37 pitches.
Through 3 innings.
Through 3 innings already. 27 of them are strikes. That's impressive. I'm impressed so far.
Liberty Hill usually always has a pretty good baseball team, and Rouse has had their struggles with them over the years. Back in the early years, when Rouse was a 3A school, they were in the same class with Liberty Hill, in the same district. As they say, that was many moons ago.
I was going to say it's been a long time since Rouse has been a 3A. That's when they only had.
That's when they had 2 classes in.
Freshmen and sophomores, right?
As you may or may not know, Rouse started out as an alpha school, which means they started out with a freshman-only class then added a class each year till they became a full senior high school in 2012. Swing and a miss for Carter Heinrich. Nothing and 1 to count. Pitch down and away for ball 1. And the thing about it is, it was a strike. That first pitch was a strike.
That was a strike.
He just missed, so. The 1-1 pitch, that's cut on and hit up the middle. Another base hit for Carter Heinrich. 2 hits in this game, and they both belong to Carter Heinrich. For either team.
For either team, right.
Raiders with a base runner and an opportunity for Keegan Solomon. Solomon hit into a fielder's choice back in the first. Milam from the stretch as Solomon calls time. Rouse graduating their first senior class in 2012. It's a balk.
Yep, didn't stop. No pause on the mound. He came set and immediately went into his delivery of the pitch. It's good call by the umpire there.
Good catch. I was making notes and didn't quite see that part of it. Pitch in the dirt and goes to the backstop, and Heinrich over to third on the pass ball. Rouse taking advantage of a couple of mistakes.
What count do you have? I have it as a 2-0. Is it 2-0?
You know what? I don't think I didn't mark that one down. So, yeah, I believe it is 2-0. Or wait, you know what? I think it's ball 1 because his first pitch was a balk.
And that doesn't count as a ball.
It doesn't count as a pitch. The pitch in the dirt for ball 2.
Okay. See if we can get a count from the umpire.
2-0 the count. Milam calls time as he wants another baseball, which I've always found interesting because the umpire puts it back into his bag and it gets back out there to him. It's not like they throw it out of the game.
Eventually it will go back to
at the high school level.
Yeah.
2-0 the count for Keegan Solomon. The pitch from Milan, this is chopped on and hit foul for strike 1. Rouse 90 feet away from scoring their first run. One on with no outs, a runner at third in the form of Carter Heinrich. Some of the ineffable wisdom from Coach Kremping sharing with his hitter.
He's probably just telling him, hit it right back up the middle. Just middle's wide open here. Get it past the pitcher, and it's going to be a base hit and RBI for you.
2-1 the count to Solomon. The pitch, curveball that's cut on and
that's a base hit.
Hit to third base. That's a base hit. As sharp as that was hit, you can't take that away from the young man. Runners on the corners.
Carter had to hold up because that was a line drive, and if it's caught, he has to go back to the bag, and then the ball was recovered so quickly, he had no chance to get
because
to
Leary
home.
was right behind Neuenschwander.
Yeah.
They're going to call time and come and dock to the infield and see what they can do to work in a possible double play.
No doubt, I bet the Liberty Hill coach is talking to Blaze Milam about the batter right now, Colby Diaz. 5 home runs on the season. You got to be careful. He can tie it up in a heartbeat. 303 down the line, left field line. I've seen him clear that very, very easy, even with the wind.
303 feet down the left field line, 301 down the right, and 366 to straightaway dead center. No marks on the power alleys. Which this is one of the few fields that actually has that information on the wall. Rouse does not have it. I think at Rouse it may be 325 down the lines. Colby Diaz stands in. He grounded out to second his first time up. Milam from the stretch. The pitch high for ball one. Now this is where youth may be at a disadvantage here as you have base runners on and you've got the cleanup batter and Colby Diaz at the plate. A pitch from Milam up the middle for a strike and fouled off. 1-1 the count to Diaz. Solomon located at first and Heinrich at third. One and one the count to Diaz. Milam comes set, checks the runner, comes home, a pitch down and away for ball two. 2-1 the count to Diaz. Liberty Hill playing at regular infield depth. The pitch. This is cut on and hit out to deep center field. Dyer has it. Heinrich will tag and score. And Diaz with the sacrifice fly.
That ball was tattooed. I was hoping it was going over the center fielder's head right there, but I think that wind doesn't help that much.
Yeah, it's died down somewhat. One run is scored. Solomon still anchored to first for Oscar Salazar. Salazar called time, and Milam with a throw over to first. 3-1 Liberty Hill here in the top of the fourth. The Raiders have put a run on the board. Throw over to first, not in time. And clearly not in time.
Not in time, but everybody got excited because I guess they thought the runner was leaning a little bit.
Solomon extends his lead another step. throw over, and that goes over into foul territory, and Solomon will take advantage of the error made by the pitcher on the throw to first. Stolen base, E1.
Runners may be a distraction for Blaze Milam now.
Which way he's shown a lot of composure up there tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely doing a good job on the mound. You got to be happy with what he's done so far in the game. If you're Liberty Hill. If you're Rouse, on the other hand. Salazar waiting on his first pitch. Fastball down the middle for strike one, which is what we've seen out of Milam all night.
Yeah.
First pitch strike.
Just pumping them in there.
Nothing in one, the count to Salazar. Salazar 0 for 1 with a strikeout. The pitch from Milam. This cut out and hit to left. Solomon is going to round third. He's being waved home. And he will score. Raiders cut into the lead with the single by Oscar Salazar. That will bring up Drew Forsell. Forsell, a strikeout victim, back in the second. One on with one out. Two have scored. Raiders have 3 hits in this inning. Pitch from Milam. You guessed it, folks, a strike.
Same tune right there. Strike one. Man.
He has thrown first pitch strikes on most every batter that he has faced tonight. Salazar extends his lead at first, and he will step back as Milam stepped off the mound. One strike to Forsell. Another fastball down the middle for strike 2. Colin Correjo on deck for the Raiders. Oh, 2 the count for Forsell.
I think a pitcher's actually having trouble seeing the sign the catcher's putting down. Instead of crossing up the catcher or possibly crossing up the catcher, they're getting their information correct right now.
Milam set and ready to go. He has an 0-2 count on Drew Forsell. I can see where they might be a little disappointed with that. I think we got a little favor on that one. 1-2 the count to Forsell. Milam from the stretch. And the pitch. I can't say that I disagree with what I'm saying.
Just a smidge outside, I'll say.
Just a bit outside. Count evens up at 2. The pitch from Milam. And Solomon hauls down to the bag, and he gets there, or Salazar, rather.
Salazar, yeah.
As he picks up a stolen base. And back from Little League days, this is where you say trade places.
That's right. There you go.
Let's trade places. Forsell worked the count full. Payoff pitch from Milam. Swing and a miss. Two outs for the designated hitter, Colin Correjo. Colin, a strikeout victim, his first time up. Dropped third strike, 2-3 on the putout. As he faces Milam for the second time.
I think
Milam steps off.
I think he's still having trouble seeing in shadows or something. He's having trouble.
As the sun has gone down, the wind has died somewhat, and it is chilly. Throw to second, not in time. A throw to Leary. Salazar doing a little taunting out there. Tried to get him off his rhythm. Milam. I'm not sure what's going on.
So the runner at second base and the shortstop collided, and the umpire at home needs to see that and call time or do something about it. And that's the field umpire can't see it, obviously, because his back is to that play. The home umpire that needs to do something about that.
Yeah. It's interfering with the runner at that point.
Cannot interfere with the runner taking a lead or anything like that. So.
And he did. They ran into each other.
Mm-hmm.
Correjo waiting for his first pitch. Salazar extends his lead at second. Milam taking a long look. And he delivers home. And you guessed it, folks, a first pitch strike. Nothing in one, the count to Correjo. One on with two outs here in the top of the fourth. Rouse trailing by one.
Colin needs to.
Throw is not in time and bounces away from Leary as Salazar dives back in.
I was going to say, I think Colin needs to start taking charge of the tempo right here. Step out if he sees the pickoff about to happen. Ask for time.
The 0-1 delivery, swing and a miss for strike two. Milam shakes off the sign. He gets one he likes and comes set. He checks Salazar back at second. He comes home. A swing and a miss. Drop third strike. Throw down to first, and that will do it. Raiders score 2 runs on 3 hits, 1 left on. After 3.5, it's 3-2 Liberty Hill. On to the bottom we go here in Liberty Hill. Daniel Norris back on to pitch the fourth for the Raiders, and he has been efficient over the course of the last 2 innings. He pitched 2/3 in the first. If you're just joining us, Mason Bowers went 1/3 of an inning and issued 4 walks. And then, unfortunately, Daniel Norris hit a batter and
Kind of got away from the Rouse Raiders in the first.
Kind of got away from the Rouse Raiders as Liberty Hill put 3 runs on the board and none of them with hits.
Yeah.
2 came in on walks and 1 by hit batter. Or no, 1 came in on a walk. The second one came in on a hit batter. The third one came in on a pass ball.
Yeah.
And there you go. There you have it.
Maybe the momentum is starting to change a little bit in this game.
You're starting to hear a little bit of the chatter die down a little bit over that Liberty Hill dugout. As you heard them really loud when Rouse was having a hard time there in that first inning.
They wanted to bury us.
I have to give a big shout out to my broadcast partner as he sent me a text earlier today reminding me to bring a jacket.
I just know that last night got real cold. And,
yeah, it did, and we were in the press box.
And we were in the press box, but it still got cold up there.
Due up for Liberty Hill in the fourth. Brody Blay, Chase Maxwell, and Logan Dyer. Blay will stand in. He was the one batter that was hit back in the first. He takes for ball one. One 1-0 pitch from Norris. That's in for a strike, and that'll even the count up, 1-1. The 1-1 pitch misses for ball two. If you're just tuning in, we'd like to remind you the score is 3-2 Liberty Hill. And we're in the bottom of the fourth. The 2-1, that's in for a strike, and that'll even it up at 2-2. Norris comes set. And the 2-2 pitch in the dirt for ball three, and Blay works the count full. And back in the first, he was in an 0-2 count when he got hit by a pitch.
Yeah.
The payoff pitch misses low for ball four. And Liberty Hill has their first base runner on since the first. It is the first free pass issued by Daniel Norris other than the hit batter, which is not really a free pass. You pay for it by getting hit, and that's painful.
Definitely payment on that one.
A little painful. That will bring up Chase Maxwell. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout back in the first. Blay extends his lead at first as Maxwell takes for ball one. The pitch from Norris, a swing and a miss. That will even the count up 1-1. A little off-speed pitch down the middle.
Mm-hmm. With Norris being a lefty, the base runner is getting a very short lead. Afraid of being picked off.
Throw over to first, not in time. One thing those lefties can use is a snap throw to first.
Yeah.
Some are very good at it. Others struggle to do it. The 1-1 pitch from Norris, a swing and a miss on a fastball for strike two. And that's the difference between the changeup and the fastball. And he got way out ahead on the changeup, and then he delivers the fastball thinking maybe it's a little off speed, and he was behind it. 1-2 to count, the throw to first. Not in time as Blay dives back in.
That whole thing that makes your fastball look about 95 miles an hour.
Right.
Because you're thinking it's a 76-mile-an-hour curve.
Logan Dyer on deck for the Panthers. Pitch from Norris. Late call, but it's strike 3. And Norris picks up his 6th strikeout of the night. 1 on with 1 out for the number 8 hitter, the center fielder, Logan Dyer. Dyer 0 for 1. Struck out swinging back in the first.
Umpire had me fooled on that one. I thought he called that a ball.
Yeah, it was definitely delayed for
Palms
sure.
up.
Right.
I didn't understand that at all.
Pitch from Norris, and he hits his 2nd batter of the night. And that will not go down as a stolen base for Blay with the hit batter. Two on with 1 out for Carson Riley. Riley 0 for 1. He flew out to left his first time up. As he shows bunt. Norris delivers high for ball 1. One and 0 the count to Riley with runners at first and second. So he shows bunts again. He does get this one down. No throw over as the third baseman was pulled in and nobody backed him up at third. And now the bases are loaded. That will go down as a single for Carson Riley.
That one hurt.
And you know those are scenarios that they work on in practice. When you have runners at first and second, you need your third baseman to stay at home. First and third usually will stay at home. The shortstop will back up the pitcher. Shortstop and second baseman. And that bounces back to the fence. That will score 1 on the pass ball. Blay comes across the plate. Now you have runners at second and third. And that was on the pass ball. Two runs have scored on pass balls. The 0-1 misses high for ball 2. Raiders trailing this one 4-2. Self-inflicted wounds seem to be the harm. This is cut on and hit out toward deep center. Alepa has it. He makes the catch. Runners tag up and run. They will score 1 on the sacrifice. Sacrifice of Ryan Leary for out number 2. And 2 runs have come home in this inning. Jack Stavanoa takes for for strike 1. Stavanoa, the 5th batter of the inning. Pitch misses high for ball 1. The count evens 1-1. Norris comes set. Pitch, fastball in for strike. Stavanoa down in the count 1-2. 1-2 pitch. Misses outside, and that'll even the count up at 2-2.
Got to keep the ball out of the dirt here.
The 2-2 pitch.
There we go.
It's in for strike 3. As he's caught looking. 7th punch out of the night for Daniel Norris. Let the Raiders give up 2 runs on 1 hit, 1 left on. I'll tell you what, that hit batter ended up scoring, and the walk scored. Liberty Hill taking advantage of every Rouse mistake.
They've had 7 free passes if you include the hit batters. Yeah. That's
up for the Raiders in the 5th. Sparshoe, Gonzalez, and Alepa. Blaze Milam back out to pitch the 5th for the Panthers. And you were saying, Steve,
yeah,
kind of cut you
it's
off.
just too many. It's too many free passes out there. It's hard to win a game with that many passes. You can't defend walks.
Nope.
Can't defend hit batters.
Number 23, Lucas Sparshoe comes to the plate. As we're set to get the top of the 5th underway.
See if we can get this momentum back.
Milam winds and delivers. Swing and a miss from Sparshoe on what would have been a strike anyway. The 0-1 is fouled off for strike 2. Umpire actually walked it out and handed him the ball.
Yeah, he was giving the catcher a little bit of time. That was fouled right off his thigh, the catcher's thigh. So.
And I think the umpire was debating that as he was taking his time to make the call. That will go 6-3 on the put out of Sparshoe. That will bring up Blake Gonzalez. Gonzalez popped up to short his first time up. The pitch, this was cut on, and that's going to go out of play. It's a high fly ball into the stands. So along with the cold temperatures comes the post-nasal drip.
Oh.
The 0-1, a swing and a miss for strike 2. Liberty Hill up by 3. The wind and the pitch misses outside for ball 1. One ball, 2 strikes. This is cut on and hit out toward left, shallow left. Ryan Leary over to make the catch, and that will retire Gonzalez for the second time. Both time flyouts to the shortstop. However, Ryan Leary played that well behind third base and not in his normal shortstop spot.
He can cover a lot of ground, definitely.
That will bring up Jake Alepa. Alepa 0 for 2. pitch high and inside as he ducks out of the way on that one for ball one.
Good to see.
Milam steps off. A pitch, swing and a miss. Nasty little changeup. 1-1 the count to Aleppa. Pitch misses for ball two. Two and one the count. It's cut on and hit out of play for strike two. Evens the count up at 2. The 2-2 delivery. And Aleppa caught looking. 1, 2, 3, go the Raiders. No runs, no hits, nobody left on. After 4.5, it's 5-2 Liberty Hill. Looks like we have a pitching change.
And a catcher change.
Oscar Salazar comes in to pitch in relief of Daniel Norris as Carter Heinrich will go behind the plate. And it looks like, is that Walsh?
Who?
Or number 15?
15, Walsh, yep. Sam Walsh goes into left.
And Walsh goes to left.
Keegan Solomons went over into right. So Keegan and Carter switch positions.
Okay.
Oscar came in from left, and Sam went into left.
Is it Sam Walsh, right?
It's Sam Walsh,
Sam
correct?
Walsh.
Yes. I assume that Sam comes in for the pitcher, and Colin Correo continues to DH for him. We'll see, but
So he would be DHing for Walsh.
he would be DHing for Walsh, correct?
Yes. So there's your changes, folks. Oscar Salazar comes in relief of Daniel Norris. Sam Walsh comes in, enters the game at left field. Keegan Solomon goes from the plate to right field, and Carter Heinrich behind the plate. Salazar will face Jackson Knox for the first time tonight. Knox 0 for 2. He has popped up to the catcher and flown out to right as he takes a fastball for strike one. That one has a little more mustard on it than what he's seen so far. The 0-1, that's high for ball one. That'll even the count up. Raiders trailing here in the bottom of the fifth, 5-2. Breaking ball in for a strike. One and two, the count to Jackson Knox. Pitch from Salazar. Swing and a miss for strike 3. That will bring up Cash Durkin. Durkin is 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a walk. Pitch from Salazar, high and outside for ball 1. Raiders currently on a 3-game skid. Really looking to bounce back and find their rhythm. In and out of the glove for a strike. One and one the count to Durkin. One delivery is a fastball. It's cut on and popped up on the infield. Sparshoe tracks it, makes the catch.
That was not an easy play.
It was not, and it was a high fly ball.
Went up crooked, came down crooked.
Right?
I mean,
had that wiggle going on. That will bring up the third baseman, Cade Neuenschwander. 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a walk. This is popped up and playable. Forcell calls it, makes the catch, and that will retire the side in order. No runs, no hits, nobody left on. On to the 6th we go. Liberty Hill leading 5-2.
Somehow the Raiders have to figure out this this freshman on the mound. I figured him out. First pitch strike.
First pitch strike, and he's done that with 99% of the batters tonight. In fact, I'll sit here and look at this. The only one that he did not throw a first pitch strike to is Carter Heinrich, and that was back in the first.
Huh.
Every other batter in the Raider lineup has a strike on them, a first pitch strike. Everyone.
Wow. That's just, you're going to have a lot of success, and he's seeing it right now. You're going to have a lot of success when you do that.
It's those strikes.
Most important pitch for a pitcher is strike one. You don't get strike one, you can't get strike two or strike three. So.
And here comes the only guy that didn't have a first pitch strike against. But he did have a second pitch strike that ended up being a single for Carter Heinrich back in the first. Pitch from Milam outside.
Yeah.
For ball one.
What?
Heinrich calls time. He steps back out of the box, and Milam will reset. Milam winds and deals high and inside for ball two. And that's the first time he has thrown back-to-back balls. The 2-0 is hit foul for strike one. 2-1 to count to Heinrich. Heinrich 2 for 2 at the plate. The pitch from Milam. It's fouled back to the fence. That'll even the count, 2-2. The 2-2 pitch, that's fouled back.
Carter staying alive.
Heinrich definitely seeing it well out of Milam's hand. The 2-2 pitch, that's outside for ball 3. Milam looking to the dugout. The payoff pitch is fastball. That's cut on to the gap out to left center. Heinrich rounds first. He's headed to second. A throw into second. Not in time. As Carter gets a double. And stays perfect on the night. That will bring up the right fielder, Keegan Solomon. Solomon 1 for 2. He is singled and hit into a fielder's choice. First pitch misses low for ball 1. Seeing Milam looking to the dugout a lot.
He's hit his 80th pitch now.
He checks Heinrich back at second. Pitch to Solomon misses low for ball 2. Two and 0 the count to Solomon. Milam steps off. And Solomon will go back and tap the bag and extend his lead. From the stretch. Pitch down and away for ball 3. The 3-0, that's hits him for a hit batter, which keeps him from giving up a walk. But it was ball 4. Runners at first and second for Colby Diaz, and he could tie this game up with one swing of the bat. And you got to think Liberty Hill knows what Diaz can do.
Definitely. It's not a coincidence the coach goes out there and talks every time Colby Diaz comes up to the plate.
Umpire makes his trek out there, so hey, your 30 seconds is up.
Yeah.
It's time to get this game going. Runners at first and second for the Raiders. Carter Heinrich standing at second. Keegan Solomon at first, and Colby Diaz at the plate. Blaze Milam on the mound. Takes a look at Heinrich. The pitch to Diaz. This is hit down the third baseline foul. Diaz way out ahead on that one.
Yeah, he was jumping at that one a little bit. Let's see if he can stay back and get something down the middle.
0-1 the count to Colby Diaz. Milam takes a long look, picks up the sign, checks Heinrich at second. The throw home. high and inside for ball one. One and one the count to Diaz. Milam takes a long look. The pitch, this is cut on. It's lined to short, and that'll do it on the double play.
Wow. Hit it on the screws. Ouch.
That'll go L6 on the line. And Heinrich goes 6-4 on the double play. And that will bring up Oscar Salazar. Salazar with a single. He pops this one up. This could be playable. Catcher over to the fence, and it falls foul.
Tough play there for the catcher. Tough play for anybody. That kind of no man's land.
The pitch, this is cut on and hit out toward left. Maxwell over makes the catch, and that will end it for the Raider sixth. Raiders get no runs on one hit. They leave one on. On to the bottom we go. Liberty Hill leading this one 5-2 over the Raiders. Due up for Liberty Hill in the sixth, Brody Blay, Chase Maxwell, and Logan Dyer. Oscar Salazar back on to pitch the sixth for the Raiders. Retired the side in order back in the fifth. Salazar, the third Rouse pitcher of the night. Right-hander coming in place of two left-handers. So seeing a little different action. Gotta stretch my legs a moment.
Yeah.
Brody Blay, 0 for 0 on the night. He's been hit by a pitch and walked. Swing and a miss for strike one. Salazar has a sign. He comes set. Fastball misses low and inside for ball one. Salazar working exclusively from the stretch. The pitch, fastball in for strike two. The 1-2 pitch, that's in the dirt for ball two. Count even at 2. The 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball that he just kind of lost the handle on.
Yeah.
And the count works full. The payoff pitch, a fastball, misses low for ball 4.
We're going to have a pinch runner and a pinch hitter here.
Pinch runner for the designated hitter.
It's a Ty Maldonado.
Ty Maldonado
is the pinch runner. And then the pinch hitter. The pinch hitter is Garrett Neely.
Garrett Neely comes to the plate. He will be hitting place of Chase Maxwell. One on with no outs. Salazar deals outside for ball 1 to Neely. The 0-1 pitch gets the outside corner for a strike. One ball, one strike to Garrett Neely. Salazar looks the runner back to first. Throw over will not be in time. Dives back in. Runner extends his lead. Salazar comes set. This is a pop-up. Could be playable. It is. Forcell makes the catch, and that will retire Neely.
Nice play by Forcell right there. I don't think you caught that on the camera, but
yeah, it was foul territory.
Pretty, maybe 25 feet from the bag, down the left field line that he caught that ball.
One on with one out as Logan Dyer comes to the plate. So he takes for ball 1. Dyer 0 for 1. He struck out back in the first and was hit by a pitch in the 4th. Salazar deals a fastball outside, throw down to second.
I believe that was a ball.
It was a ball. It was outside. So throw down to second was not in time, much to the disparage of Lucas Sparshoe. The 0-2 misses outside for ball 3. I'll say the 0-2 is the 2-0.
The 2-0.
The 2-0. Now 3-0. Runner at second with one out. The pitch, fastball, gets away for ball 4. And Salazar has issued his second free pass of the inning.
It looks like.
And there will be a pitching change as Coach Crampine is called him in. Called his pitcher in. I don't know who it is yet. He told him to come in.
I think what's going to happen is Oscar's going to go back out into left field. They're bringing Sam Walsh off the field, and they're bringing in is that James
21.
James Hunt.
James Hunt. Salazar goes a third of an inning. And he has 2 runners on board that are his property. As James Hunt comes in relief.
Oscar went 1 1/3.
Oh, I was just referring to this inning.
Just this inning, yeah.
Just this inning.
Okay.
But you're right. Overall, he goes an inning and a third.
An inning and a third leaves 2 runners that are his property.
Hunt will be facing the bottom of the order in Carson Riley. Riley 1 for 2. He's flown out to left and singled. Runners at first and second. The pitch from Hunt just misses high for ball 1. Hunt looks the runner back to second. And Sparshoot came in behind him. From the stretch, the pitch, this is cut on and hit foul down the left field line. And we'll even the count up at 1. Pitch misses outside for ball 2. 2-1 the count to Riley. Hunt delivers. Breaking ball. Swung on and missed for strike 2. That'll even the count up at 2. Raiders really need to get out of this one. 2-2, fastball inside for ball 3, and the count works full. Hunt picks up the sign from Heinrich. The 3-2, a breaking ball swung on and missed. But the runners advance on the strikeout.
Because the first base was occupied before the pitch was delivered, that is why there was no throw down. Now we're putting, is that Leary?
Yes, that is Leary.
We're going to put him on
and load the bases.
Load the bases and try our luck with
Stavanoa. Stavanoa is gone 0 for 2 with a walk.
Force anywhere, right?
Force anywhere. Pitch. Misses low and inside for ball 1. Pitch in the dirt. Heinrich does a good job to keep it in front of him.
Of course, when you load the bases, there's no place to put a.
Yeah, there is no place.
You're
Hunt comes set. Checks the runner back at second. The throw. Sparshoe, he keeps it in front. As that could have been some trouble. The pitch from Hunt, a breaking ball.
Oh, boy.
Misses low for ball 3. And with no place to put Stavanoa, he's got to put a strike. Three and 0 the count to Stavanoa. Bases loaded. The pitch. Fastball down the middle for strike 1. You got to go back to the well with a 3-1 count. The 3-1 cut on and fouled back and has worked the count full. You got to do it again.
You got to do it again, and the runners will be all running, and this is.
Put it in play, but we just need the out.
Big pitch here.
Payoff pitch coming up from James Hunt. The pitch, this is cut on and popped up. It could be playable. And it landed. Oh, and a great catch by Lucas Sparshoe. Oh, my gosh, he caught that.
Wow, you guys didn't see that on the camera, but
went out of the angle. Wow.
He was covering second. He probably went 100 feet for that.
On his horse and catches it in foul territory. And the Raiders work out of a jam with the bases loaded. On to the 7th we go. The Raiders with their final 3 outs. Blaze Milam back on the mound to pitch the 7th. Raiders down by 3. They need to score 3 to tie it. Score 4 and they'll go ahead. But if not, that'll be the ball game.
I've got 88 pitches for Blaze, so he's got plenty.
He's got 22, and
22 to.
He's been effective. He will face the middle of the order with Drew Forcell, Colin Correjo, and Lucas Sparshoe. Drew is 0 for 2 with back-to-back strikeouts. Correjo on deck. Milam from the windup. This is cut on and hit over towards second. The throw in time for the first out. Jackson Knox makes the throw over as Forsell jumped on that first pitch, being a strike.
Yep.
That will go 4-3.
We've got a pinch hitter. That's Brian Templeton.
Brian Templeton will be hitting for Colin Correjo. Templeton had one appearance last night, a strikeout victim. So he takes for ball one. This is cut on and hit down the left field line out of play for strike one. Count even at one. Raiders down to their final 2 outs. Sparshoe on deck.
Need base runners.
The wind and the delivery, swing and a miss for strike 2. And you really got to tip your hat to what you've seen from Blaze Milam tonight.
Absolutely. No walks.
The 1-2, swing and a miss. As Templeton was way out ahead on that one. Raiders down to their final out. That's a 7th strikeout for Milam tonight. Sparshoe takes one on the shoulder and will head down to first. That's the 2nd hit batter by Milam tonight.
We have another pinch hitter, Ryan Galloway.
Ryan Galloway hitting for Blake Gonzalez. Base runner on, and this is what the Raiders need. Jake Alepa on deck. Milam seeing Galloway for the first time tonight. A little chopper back to the pitcher, and that will do it. As he tried to check his swing. 1-3 on the putout. And the Raiders drop their 4th in a row to the Liberty Hill Panthers and go 0-2 in district. They lose this one 5-2. Liberty Hill on the night scored 5 runs. And I'll say only 1 hit.
1 hit, and it was
in
the bunt.
Entire game. It was a bunt. That's what I'm saying. I'm looking back through all my.
The story of the game was 7 walks and 2 hit batters by Rouse.
Right.
We gave up that many free passes. Blaze Milam on the other side, 0 walks, and he hit 2 batters. So he gave up two free passes, basically.
Right,
so
and he
9,
had a
2 to 9.
couple of pass balls that allowed runs to score, and
Yep.
Rouse backed themselves in a quarter from the very get-go.
Yep.
Just when you give up that much, it's hard to recover from, and the Raider bats seemed to spark to life back in the 4th, and
they
were within 1, and then.
And then back in the 6th, there was, I think in the 6th, we had a couple of really hard hit balls. Colby hit a hard hit ball to shortstop, doubled up our guys on first, on second. So we had our chances. We'll have to get back at it next week.
Yep, you just got to put it behind you and move on. You're now 0-2 in district, so
I'd say our backs are against the wall now. We need to.
Well, you
turn
got
the
to
ship quick.
bounce back. You got to get things turned around. You're on a 4-game skid now, and you really got to get it turned around and regain your confidence and get back there and do what you've been doing all season long. Unfortunately, we're not seeing that right now from the Raiders. So another heartbreaking loss as they drop this one to the Liberty Hill Panthers. It's the first of the series. We'll see this one later on in the season. Our next game will be on the 23rd, and I want to say that we will be facing Glenn at home.
Correct.
So
Yes.
that one will be back at Rouse, and that's when we'll see you again. So y'all be sure and tune in. If you haven't already, please click on like and subscribe on SHN Sports, and you can keep up with us on Facebook. Look for SHN Sports on Facebook, and you can like that page, and you will get the notifications that come out for the Rouse Raider baseball. So, again, we appreciate everybody tuning in on the game tonight, the loss. For Steve Kidhill, I'm Michael Francis, and we'll see you on the